Welcome back to Trucks and Junk, guys. This week I'm going to see if I can get this old artic 500 four-wheel drive and bring it back to life before our camping trip next weekend, because I got a friend that needs a four-wheeler on that trip, so we're going to see if we can get it done, and I got 1 week to do it. Let's see if we can do it.
And while my dad is working on that one over there, I'm going to be working on this one, because this is the one that I usually do ride around myself and what we use whenever I'm going camping. There's just a few problems with it, and it hasn't ran in a while, so let me get her fixed up.
So now we got headlightage. Alright, so what we got here is a 98 artic 500 four-wheel drive. It's in okay shape. We'll just go with that. It's okay. The issue I have, it does run, so that is a plus. That's one thing. That's the main reason I went ahead and got it, is because it does run. So we can fire this thing up and it'll sit here and idle all day. No problem. So that's not our problem. What our problem is it has absolutely no brakes at all. Not a brake one on it. And as you can tell, that little bit of time running, I've got a real big coolant leak. So that's got to be fixed. And there's a couple cracks and stuff and things that shouldn't be cracked. And I don't know if the charging system works, because I had to put a fresh battery in it. And I drove it up on the truck. And when I got home to start it again, the battery was dead, so I had to charge it up. So I don't know if there's a draw on it or if the charging system don't work. Then I don't know if I'm going to fix all of this weekend. I'm definitely going to put some lights on it, because we're going to be camping for 2 nights. So we're definitely going to be riding at night. So we definitely need lights on these things. Then, all these axles are kind of messed up. Wheel bearings are kind of messed up. But I think we can get through this ride without doing the wheel bearings and stuff. But we're going to see if we can get these brakes working, if we can get this water leak stopped, and get these tires aired up. I don't even know if they hold air. So if they don't, I'm probably going to have to slime them, obviously. But if they don't hold air, we'll slime them up. We'll get it to where we can get through this weekend. But let's see if we can get all of this done before this weekend. I think this water pump's going to fight me. It looks like somebody may had been in there once or twice. So I don't know what I'm going to see when I take that apart to rebuild it. But I got this stuff ordered. Should be here Monday, maybe Wednesday. Don't know. I hope it's Monday. And we're going to be tearing into this thing a little bit every night until Friday. Because Friday, we got to load and go. So wish me luck.
Okay, so first off, we're going to be having to fix my kickstart over here, because the last time that I was riding around, it completely fell off as soon as I got into the house. And everything in the motor and all that seems to be working fine anyway, so I don't really have to fix nothing like that. But I know this light right here, I'm going to replace it because it was super dim and I didn't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an LED pod right here, so that way I can like get a switch or something set up on here, just switch on the LED pod for whenever I'm riding at night.
Alright, first thing we're going to start with is I went ahead and ordered a water pump reseal kit off of Amazon. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart this housing, and that way I can access the water pump propeller. So basically I have to take these 3 screws out, including the one that they've messed with, probably take these 2 hoses off, probably take these 2 screws out, move this fender out of my way, and probably going to have to take this off as well just to access that housing right there. I hope this is the right size. Amazon said it should fit, but I don't know. We'll find out. I've got another one coming that has a different part number, but it won't be here till Wednesday. So we're going to give that a try. Wish me luck. I hope that fits. All right, I'm going to go on a time lapse and get this taken apart.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind. shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
As you guys can tell, this seal's pretty tore up. And I think that seal they gave me is too big. We might have to wait for that other one to come in. Unfortunately. Yeah, see guys, it's too big to fit inside that propeller. Which means they sent me the wrong size seal. So we might have to wait till Wednesday. Man.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a new battery in it so that way I can get myself an electric start and so it has a power source for the light beam that we're going to be putting right here. So I'm going to show you guys how to open up and load up your battery in case you don't already know. So first thing you're going to do is, of course, you want to unbox the battery and take everything out. It should come with your battery acid and the battery. And the battery comes non-preloaded, so you have to load in the acid yourself. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull the red tape off here. Also gives you access to your screws and stuff like that. And after that, we're going to pop these caps off the acid. And we're going to pop these in here. Let that acid seal in. Give it just a quick second. Go in. Like you're supposed to. As you can see, acid's going in. And then once you know that all the acid is emptied in there, pop this off. I'm going to put this on the top as your cap to seal in the acid. Wipe it off here. Just to be safe. Upside down. No leaking. Now, all we have to do is plug her in, wait for an hour for a charge. Okay, so now we have to charge her up, so we're going to do 12 volts. AGM, sorry. And 2 amps. And we're going to connect our red to the positive. If I can get this cord to work. And our black to the negative. And now it is charging. Now we're going to wait 1 hour for it to completely charge up. And we're gonna come over here. As you can see, previous battery left a lot of acid in there, so we're going to clean that out while we're waiting for that to charge, and then we will plop her in there. Okay, so as you can see here, we are at a 100% charge. It says right there that the charge is complete. So now we are going to take off positive, take off our negative, bring her over here, put her in here. Remember, your red is your positive and your black is your negative. Put her in there. And what we're going to do is, if I can find what I've done with my screws.
Now that's out of the way. Now we should have access to the water pump itself.
Do my screwdriver.
What'd you do with your screwdriver?
What did you do with my screwdriver? I didn't do nothing. One after you. For all the money that you make off that video. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't make any money off your video.
Wish we did make money off of it.
Okay, so now that we've got our battery hooked up here, I decided to bring the four-wheel outside so I didn't get any fumes left inside of the garage and didn't want to do anything to hurt either me or my dad. So now we're going to turn on our key over here. We'll see if she fires up. As you can see, fired right up.
So guys, if the water pump wasn't enough of a disaster as far as not being the right part, I might have discovered another problem that might make me not really run this weekend at all. I don't know yet if I do run it, it'll be me running it, not my friend. But I went to look at the brakes to see what was going on with the brakes from where I have to pump them up. Let me see if I can give you guys some light here. Let's see. So I went to look at the brakes to see why I have to pump them up every time to get it to stop. And if you guys can't tell, the wheel bearings on this thing are completely gone on both sides on the front. Yeah, so this thing can rock back and forth completely. The wheel bearings are completely shot. So that's why I have to pump the brakes up to stop, because the rotors can move as well, which will reduce the pressure on the brakes. So it ain't a brake problem, it's a front wheel bearing problem. So the problem is, I don't think I'm gonna have wheel bearings by the end of this weekend, or by this weekend. So if we do take this, it's gonna have to be me driving it, not my friend, because I'm not gonna put my friend in harm's way. But we don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Wish me luck. Alright, so this father-son challenge is turning into a father-son nightmare. So I ordered the wheel bearings for the artic. They won't be here till Thursday. So talk about calling it close. We're going to have to break this down tonight, get it ready for the wheel bearings to go back together Thursday. Hopefully the right seal comes in tomorrow. I don't know. We'll make sure we have the right seal. But since I'm pretty much in a standstill on the artic, I'm going to help Oscar hook up this headlight. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and drill a hole right here in this plate. And probably the only good thing this artic was good for is it had one pod on it. So we're going to put this pod right here on the front. We're going to wire it up. We're going to get it done. Come on, Oscar. Get it done. Alright guys, unfortunately since I don't have very many parts for that artic and the seal should be here tomorrow. Hopefully it's the right seal. Please be the right seal. We'll end this up today. We ain't got much more to do on this besides the kickstart, and he needs something to do tomorrow while I'm working on that. So like I said, the seal should be in here tomorrow. The wheel bearing should be in here Thursday. Hopefully we can get that artic up and going before Friday evening. It's going to be hard for me because I literally just got Thursday night to finish that thing, man, because Friday evening we're loading up. So hopefully I get the wheel bearings in time, tore apart, put back together, and get it ready to ride. If I can't get the wheel bearings done in time, I'm just going to have to be the one to ride it and hope and pray we're not dragging it back out of the field. So as long as the seal works. If the seal don't work, we're done anyway, because I'm not going to take that out and overheat it for no reason. So, but other than that, guys, we're wrapping it up tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. So the second seal arrived from Amazon. It looks like it's going to be the right one, which is weird because the one that I ordered for the artic 500 was the wrong size seal, but the one that I ordered for my Suzuki 500 is the right size seal. The one for the Suzuki said it wouldn't fit the artic, but it does. So I don't know if Amazon's got their part numbers mixed up or what, but this one looks like it's going to fit perfectly. So we're going to put it in. Now the only thing that I've noticed after cleaning this up in the parts cleaner is the inside of this propeller is kind of worn out. If I can get it to focus for you guys, it's kind of worn out quite a bit on the inside of that. There's quite a bit of a groove. So I don't know if this is still going to leak or not. If it does leak, I've got a plan B, which is, since I didn't know if this seal was going to be correct, and we want to go riding Friday night, or load up at least Friday night, I went ahead and ordered an electronic water pump out of a Volkswagen Jetta, where they got the auxiliary water pump for their heater core, which should just hook up to those hoses and move enough water to cool this engine until at least through this weekend, or it might be a permanent fix. I don't know yet. We'll see how it does if we have to go that route. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully this seals it up and we're good to go. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and drive all this stuff in here real quick, put this together, and see if it leaks. Alright, I hope you guys can see this good, but the first seal that's going to go in is this little white seal that comes with it, with the rubber gasket on the back side. Okay, it's going to be the first seal to go in, and it just sits inside there. Okay, you're just going to sit it in there. And then the next seal to go in is going to be your spring load water seal. Okay, so this is the one that always leaks on these things. So basically you're going to sit it up here, just like that. And then you're going to use a 7/8 socket with an extension. And now this is just for this Artic and probably a Suzuki at this point. But an Artic 500, because all these seals are going to be different sizes. But basically you want to find a socket that fits the outer lip of that seal ring. And then you'll sit the socket on there with an extension, and you'll just tap it into place until it's flush. Alright, so now that's in there. So now we got the water pump seal in place. And then basically you'll put your propeller on, and then put your housing cover back on, because that seal presses against the propeller. Just like so. You'll find the nut for it. And the nut will have a little flat washer, just like that, because that flat washer is what does the sealing on that nut, or on that bolt. And you'll put that bolt back in place. You'll tighten it down. Just snug, guys. You don't want to over tight this to where it breaks. You just want to snug it down. Just good enough to seal. Just like that. And then, like I said, you'll put your housing cover back on, hook your hoses back up, and cross your fingers and fill it up with water. Like I said, those grooves kind of make me nervous, but I don't know. I might take that if it don't leak, I'll probably take that electronic water pump with me just in case. Just being honest. Seeing those grooves. And I would just order a propeller for it, but everything I tried to find, I ain't gonna have any parts before Friday. I'm hoping those wheel bearings actually show up tomorrow like they said they're going to. But that's going to be a challenge on its own if they don't. Because if they don't show up, I'm going for a fun ride, I think. But I can still ride it. I'm going to go ahead and take the wheels and all off tonight. Probably take the hubs off. That way when they do show up tomorrow, and that's, you know, wishful thinking, if they actually do show up when they're supposed to, then I should be, all I have to do is press them out, press them in, and go on with the trip. I hope. But it's cutting things short, guys. I think Oscar has won the race, because all he had to do was get his started which he was able to achieve that with a battery like y'all saw, and put a light on it. So I think I ended up with a lot more work to do than he did, but that's okay. I'm more experienced than he is. So these fill necks have a drain plug on the bottom of them, so I think I'm just going to fill this up with water first and see if it leaks, because I'm tired of wasting coolant on it. So we'll know pretty quick if it leaks, guys, because it was pouring. You guys saw, you know. So I'm gonna put these two hoses on, fill this thing up, start it. See the pliers, take one. Pliers. Yeah. Come on. Everything's in the water. Some whole D water. You know, if I was smart, I probably would have just used my radiator pressure tester. Sometimes it's a little easier. Well, guys, we put the new seal in, and guess what? What I feared is accurate. It still leaks. So them grooves kind of suck. So I guess tomorrow when that electronic water pump gets here, we're going to be showing you how to hook up an electronic water pump and bypassing this manual water pump that is obviously a very bad design. And then I'll probably order propeller and see if I can go back to the original. But I have a feeling I might just leave it electric on this thing, because if that electric holds up, which I guess it'd be a good test for it this weekend, to see if an electric water pump will hold up to cool these things. So wish me luck, guys. It's not turning out too good for me on this four-wheeler. So maybe it just don't want to go for a ride. What do you think?
I see it as I'm winning, so.
I don't know. I don't know if you're winning just yet. You still ain't got your Kickstarter on.
Well, I'm doing that, so.
Which is right there. That's literally the only thing you have left to do. So you might win. You might not, because I'm still refusing to show you how to do it until mine is done.
Nope, I already know how to do it.
Then why ain't it on there?
Because you're recording.
You think he can do it by himself, guys? Comment down below.
Do you want to know what it's called? I have a buddy who has a dad that actually tells his son how to do things, and he's willing to tell me how to do things, so I know exactly how to do things.
Alright, get it done.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's keeping you from beating me right now.
I know. And you still gotta do the red one, so haha.
A red one? I don't have a red one.
Red one?
I don't have a red one.
The orange?
There you go. But it's already ready to go, bro.
What was the problem you said that was lit?
Nothing. It's ready to go. So I win. I've done beat you. Haha. Alright, so now that I know that I'm waiting on the electronic water pump and the wheel bearings to get here, now I'm going to jack this thing up, put you guys in a time lapse. I'm going to get both these wheels off, maybe bust down these hubs, get everything ready so when these wheel bearings get here, I can just slap them on and go for a ride. I still got the headlights to hook up. I've still got a lot to do, guys, so wish me luck, man, because I sure need it on this one.
losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it, and I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
All right, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if we bumped the phone when Oscar went to bed or what. But what we've got so far is we got both knuckles off, ready to beat the bearings out tomorrow. Hopefully they show up. The only reason I'm not beating them out tonight is in case they don't show up. I'll put them back together with bad bearings just for this weekend. But hopefully they show up and we can get that done. I got this light mounted in here. I cut this little grill out that was in the way. I got the light mounted up, got it wired up. So now we got headlightage. So that's good. The battery does still have a draw. I haven't figured that out yet. So that's something I'm gonna try to work on tomorrow. We're gonna use that electric water pump plan B, like I said, because I ain't gonna get a fan or the little propeller by tomorrow or by Friday. There's no way. So we're gonna use the electric water pump. It's a good test for it. See if the electric water pump can hold up to these things. If it starts getting hot, guys, I'm just gonna shut it down and park it. Because I still don't even know if if damage was done, because obviously somebody was in there before I was in there, and I'm assuming they had the same problem I did. So I don't know how many times this thing has gotten hot. I have no clue. I hope it don't have a blown head gasket, but I don't know. Tomorrow we'll put that pump on it. We'll get the water circulating. We'll get this thing running for a little bit while we do these bearings. And wish me luck, guys, because I'm trying. Oscar's probably going to win, like I said, but I'm not going to let him know how to do that Kickstarter until I've got at least close. You know what I'm saying? That way it's a fair race. And there's also another little trick up my sleeve, guys. I told him to do one other thing that he's forgot about, but he's still out riding around. He went riding 5 times, but he forgot about that one little thing. So if he does do the Kickstarter by himself, I'm going to be impressed, and that's awesome. But I've got that one little trick up my sleeve. So don't let him know, guys. Keep it coming. We're going to knock this thing out. Hopefully we win, but I'm pretty sure Oscar will. See y'all tomorrow. Alright guys, yesterday I left you guys off saying I needed to wait on parts to get here today. Fortunately, the wheel bearings and the electronic water pump both showed up today on time. So that got my hopes up, thinking that I can get this thing done in time for the camping trip. But then, unfortunately, an unseen circumstance has happened and our camping trip has been canceled for the weekend. So that doesn't mean that we're going to give up on this race. I'm still going to try to get this thing done before he gets his done. So I'm still going to beat this thing together. And y'all stay tuned. I'm sorry we can't go do the camping trip, but I still plan on maybe taking these out this weekend and seeing if they hold up as well. So
See, and you're lucky because I'm also helping you with this. I could just leave behind, go do mine, and be completely the winner chicken dinner. But I'm deciding to help you.
go ahead and do your kicker, bub. Do your kicker.
No,
Come on, do it.
I'm gonna help you. I can't record at the same time and it's raining.
Who do you think is going to win, guys? You guys know the secret, so we'll see.
What secret? What secret?